It's Monday morning, we're at the warehouse, and the last time I did one of these videos I asked you guys if you wanted to see more of them, and it was a resounding yes. So I'm going to pick the orders from the weekend. It's been quite quiet actually, probably half the amount of sales of last weekend really, no complaints because I was away enjoying myself in Wales. The reason I do videos like this is, well, I suppose it's kind of interesting to some people to see the arc of the sale. So you may have seen the items that I'm going to pick at a boot sale when I bought them in the first place, and we'll be able to compare the original listing estimate to how much the items have sold for. Let's get into it, pick some orders. As always, my three main selling platforms are eBay, Vinted and Amazon. We won't cover Amazon in this video because Amazon take care of all my orders from their own warehouses. I think I made a total of £250 in sales on Amazon over the weekend. On eBay, much quieter weekend this weekend than last, just 14 orders for a total of £472.21. And over on Vinted, 9 orders for a total of £280.49. Let's start with the Vinted orders. Bin 20. This is really nice. One off Levi's rework jacket. Got this from Thailand actually. It's essentially cut up Levi's jeans on a Gap denim jacket base. I've got 2 of these actually. The other one sold pretty quickly. I've been back from Thailand about 6 weeks now, so they're not hung around terribly long. I paid £17 for it. I did actually think these would go for a bit more. That's gone out on Vinted for £30. Bin 12. Hanu boots. Really good looking lightweight boots, waterproof, Vibram soles. Anu is part of the Teva family. Sold a load of Teva sandals. They all came from the same place actually. Cost price to me was £20, all brand new. And they're going out for £52. Bin 1. Old West cowboy boots. Don't sleep on cowboy boots. I mean, I know there's a lot of copies about, a lot of faux ones, the supermarkets do them, but if you can come across genuine American cowboy boots, they can go for really strong money. And I've actually picked the wrong ones. This is why we have a stock system. Brown, not brown and black. I paid just £3 for these, which was a steal. I got 3 pairs, I think, of the same seller. And they have sold for £25. Bin 37. Zamberlan boots. Hiking boots have always been a good seller for me as well. Zamberlan are a great brand. Some of the Zamberlan boots have Gore-Tex lining, which are the preference. Anything Gore-Tex is a pretty strong seller. These are just leather lined. Cost price to me for those was £10, and they've sold for £42.50. Some Teva sandals from the same supplier as the boots. £12.50 paid for those, brand spanking new, and they've gone out for £28. Next. FitFlop clogs, bin 12. I did actually offer these to my daughter first because they look very comfortable. They're work clogs, very comfy, very durable, but not exactly the most flattering things you've ever seen in your life. Paid £10 for those. If memory serves, I got those from Norcross and they have sold for £25. Next, Wolf Sport jacket. Location, bin 42. I wouldn't normally deal with Wolf Sport because it is quite a cheap brand, to be fair, but this was too cheap to turn down from a clothing supplier I have. It's only just a basic paddock jacket, no armour in it, so you won't want to be wearing it on a bike. I suppose more fashion wear than anything else. Too cheap to turn down. I paid just £5 for it, and that has gone out for £20, £19.99 I should say. 4B3. Racking 4B and 3. TV3, that's the fellas. You can tell it's holiday season, more sandals going out. As I said before, from the same bundle, £12.50 cost price, and they have sold for £29. Finally, for vintage, I've had these in less than a week. Hush Rowan Fled Jeans, ladies, size 16S, bin 27. There's been loads of interest in these jeans. Good margin as well. £15 paid for them. They've sold for £29.99. So that's it for vintage. Pair of shoes. £6 paid for these Lambretta slip-on shoes. I've had these in stock for a little while actually. Oh no, tell a lie. Only since the end of February. Already picked them because they were in the same box as one of the vintage sales. £6 paid. They've sold for £21.99. Zebra printer. One of the cheap ones. 1C. Only a little label printer, portable jobby. I paid £10 for this, that sold for £34.99. This was a good sale from Norcross again. It's one of the few pickups I picked up on that particular visit as well. 8D. Some USD roller skates. Great condition. These aggressive roller skates are good news. Really, really good news. £10 paid. They've sold for £94.99. TD1 D-Max jeans. 32. 32, yep. 32. The RRP on those is £110. Who's paying £110 for a pair of jeans? Seriously. I paid £20 for them at Bolton and they've sold for £48.99. Getting low on DVDs now, purposefully, because there's margin in them, but it's just not worth my time anymore. 4B2, All Creatures Great and Small. Series 1, Volume 1. I think I got 6 of these box sets for £5. So the cost price was less than £1, and that sold for £6.95. More Teva sandals, 4C2, TV318. Black leather ones at this time. I paid the same price for all the sandals, so I won't keep saying £12.50. They've sold for £31.34. Miami Marlins baseball jersey. I think this has come back once already because of a sizing issue. It's a size small, but it's oversized. Probably more of a baggy medium or large. 1D1. Right on top actually. Yep. Cost price was £4. That sold for £26.59. That sounds like an offer price. The ring inverters, these have been really good news. £3 each cost price on these. That's in 5B1. That has sold for £18.99. Couple of pairs of jeans, vintage Lee jeans. Cost price £5. Sold for £22.99. Bin 15, 541. 541. And the other ones are Wrangler Texas. Bin 2586. Cost price again £5. Sold for £18. I've shown you guys my stocking system before. I will link it at the top of this page just now if you want to have a look at that. It's very, very simple but very, very effective. But what I do to shore that up, if I get regular items in that look very, very similar, I just put a sticker on them with a reference on so I know specifically which item I'm picking, just to save any confusion or mispicking. Hammond charity shop pickup. Hammond & Co. Lamb's Wool check knit jumper. £4 cost price on that in 4D1. And that's sold for £18.99. More jeans. Levi 511. £5 cost price. Bin 4501. Bin 4. TV 501. And they have sold for £20.89. Otterbox from Faz. £5 each paid for these. 2 of them have gone to the same buyer. The last 2 I have in stock. I could do with picking some more of these up because they've been great news. £5 each paid. They're going out for £27.49 each. And lastly, a pair of Clark's Wallaby shoes, bin 10. I paid £4 for these shoes. 10. Like something an old English teacher would wear. They have sold for $27.99. Not a massive pile of stuff going out, but no complaints really. It's hard to complain when I spent the weekend skiving essentially anyway. Time to get this little lot packed now. As I said earlier in the video, if you're interested to find out how I run my stock system, it really is really simple. I strongly suggest you do, because in the early days, it's a thing that caught me out a couple of times. Going to pick stuff, not being able to find it. And this was just with perhaps 150, 200 items. I spent far too much time looking for stuff. And there was a couple of occasions where I lost the stuff as well. So editing Dave, remember to put the link to that video in the description of this video. If you've got any value, please hit the thumbs up button, and if you can leave a comment to just let me know what you thought. What would be very handy for me as well is if you want to see more of this type of video, let me know in the comments as well. I best get this stuff packed up anyway. So I'll bid you a fond farewell. Until next time, lovely people, I've been Dave Keeffe. You've been amazing. I will see you in the next one.